All right, we're back for another episodes of Cryptids and Comedians, the show where two stand-up comedians try to convince you that these mythical creatures exist the way we try to convince our families that our careers are real. Stand-up comedy is a real job, Dad.
It's art. Sometimes it's art and sometimes it's...
I bought a house with comedy money, Dad.
Yeah, well, he'll
It's
never love you.
it's real. This is a thing. I'm not sleeping on Jeff's couch anymore. This is my house.
I make it... Yeah, that sounds like a Bob Dylan song.
What?
I ain't sleeping on Jeff's couch no more. I made it.
I'm Thom Tran. I'm here with my co-host, Peter Murphy. As always, Peter, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm so fascinated to find out more about cryptids and also who and what we're talking about this week. You haven't told me, so it's going to be a surprise to me, as it's going to be a surprise to all of our listeners.
Yes. So the idea of this show is we, as stand-up comedians, go through the history, cultural significance, pop culture references, and evidence of cryptids from around the world. Every week, I pick a cryptid. We sit down. We talk about it.
And then we talk about it and we examine it. And also, cryptid, if you don't know, is like you put it to me in just the perfect way. It's like a mythical creature without any real evidence.
It's a creature that's believed to exist, but there's no hard proof or scientific evidence that it does actually exist.
Exactly. So, like, we're thinking Bigfoot, Yeti, Jesus Christ.
Again, you're trying to get the Christian League all up. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'm a hardcore agnostic.
Yeah, sure.
Hardcore. All right. So last week, we talked about the Jersey Devil because that was our first episode too. Because I'm a big hockey fan, and we're dropping this show around spooky season.
Spooky time.
But this week, I felt like we should do an episode in honor of you, Peter Murphy. In honor of you.
Big mistake.
As a Florida man.
Ooh, that's true. I'm from Florida.
We're going to be talking about... What do you think we're going to be talking about as a Florida man?
Chupacabra?
Chupacabra?
Chupacabra? Or is that real? We don't know. Florida cryptids? Okay, maybe a chupacabra, maybe
It's in the name.
Yeah. A educated seaboat captain, or just thinking about myths, like
an educated man with a good family life and doesn't cheat on his woman.
Yeah, that's now you sound like a Reba song. A single mom who works 2 jobs, loves her kids, and never stops. Oh, yeah.
Wow, you really know the lyrics to that.
Heart of a fighter, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a survivor. I love some Reba. How about a cryptid, something that we don't know exists? How about someone who doesn't love Reba?
Oh.
What's not to love?
You know honestly, what? I just watched Tremors recently.
Really?
And I was like, God damn it, she was great in Tremors.
She's great. She's great in everything.
Great in Tremors.
Okay, yeah. Last week it was Jersey Devil. This week it could be the Florida Panther.
You know what? I was thinking about doing an episode about Panthers, but it's actually this week we're doing an episode on the Florida Skunk Ape.
Skunk Ape?
Do you not know about the Florida Skunk Ape as a Florida man?
I think I had that part of my brain erased in the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind.
Really? You've never heard of the Florida Skunk Ape?
The Florida Skunk Ape. I don't know. I had a couple of teachers that breathed pretty terrible breath on me in high school.
Well, it's funny you say that because one of the things about the Florida Skunk Ape is its absolutely obnoxious smell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of teachers, like, in high school, they were very dehydrated but drank a lot of coffee. You know what I mean? And you get that just like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Florida Skunk Ape. I know nothing about it.
Okay.
I wish I did.
I was really hoping you could give me some more insight on, but this is fascinating that you as a Florida man don't know anything about the Florida Skunk Ape.
I cannot wait to see an image of this thing.
Okay. Because there are some very popular and culturally significant images, quote unquote, evidence and photos taken of the Florida Skunk Ape.
Wow, yeah, Skunk Ape just thinking about it, it could be small with ape-like forearms, or it could be big with a big bushy tail like a skunk.
Okay, well, let's get into it. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about the Florida Skunk Ape this week. It's Florida's version of Bigfoot, supposedly.
I love this.
But instead of being huge and majestic, almost like a large bear or a Gigantopithecus, it's smelly, and it smells like Bigfoot if he did meth.
Yeah.
This comes from its terrible odor. It smells like, it's been said to smell like sulfur and rotten eggs and wet dog, which is the official scent of Florida summer.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think that's a cologne. That's like your, yeah.
We should ask James P. Connolly's kid about that.
Yeah, he's a great
James
bit
P.
about
Connolly is a
cologne.
friend of ours who has a son who is, I believe, 13 years old, who won't stop with the cologne. Won't stop with the cologne.
I switched colognes recently, and I've been like really insecure about how pungent and how strong it is. You're like,
Can I tell you something?
3 feet away? Yeah.
I've never used cologne in my life.
Really?
Not once ever. I don't even like Speed Stick.
Really?
Yeah, not once in my life. Not ever have I ever used cologne.
Wow, that's fast. And no deodorant either?
No.
Wow.
I just smell like shit all the time.
You smell generically like awful. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't use cologne for a while because my grandma, who I grew up with in Florida, she was like, mobsters use the cologne.
You're
not a mobster, are you?
No. Can I tell you why I don't use cologne? Wait, why do mobsters not use cologne?
They do.
Oh, they
she's
do
saying,
cologne.
She's saying the smell of cologne, any cologne in general, is an indicator that you're somehow in the mafia.
Which would seem antithetical, opposite of what you want to do. Only
We're
because,
comedians, not professors.
yeah, as a logical person, if a gangster or a mobster wore a certain cologne and they like committed a crime, you don't want that smell lingering in the crime scene. And the cops would come in and goes, "Oh my God, you smell that? It smells like pepperoni pizza and feet. That's got to be Big Tony."
Oh, it's got to be the Skunk Ape Bandit back here. Smells like swampy underwear and pepperoni. Yeah.
Okay, this is why I've never used cologne.
Why have you
Because
never used cologne?
I read a study when I was younger, right around the time when I was hitting puberty, and it was just boners all day. It was just constantly, it's girls and boners. That's all it was. And I read that animals are attracted to each other by their smells. And in my head, I was always like, I don't want a woman to smell what she thinks I smell like, just to find out that that's not what I really smell like. Just like I don't want to smell like, I don't like perfume. Like I don't like perfume on women because, that's not what you really smell like. What happens when we wake up?
But we only really smell like our body wash. Or your diet.
But I mean,
your diet.
or your diet. And that means something if you wash. But I don't.
But you don't even wash.
It's a horse bath, just a horse bath.
But exactly. Florida Skunk Ape, now that we're talking about like scents and stuff like that, this sounds from the outset like a clever name for a Bigfoot that went on vacation and was abandoned by its family.
Oh.
And then, just because of the swampy nature and the humidity, smells in this terrible way.
Okay. I dig it.
But I'm fascinated to see what this little guy looks like.
Okay, so it comes from the terrible odor. That's why it's called the skunk ape. It's reported to live in the Everglades and the swamps and the backwoods. Where are you from in Florida again?
Cape Coral, Southwest Florida, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, off the Gulf of Mexico. And
Would any of those be described as Everglades, swamps, or backwoods?
absolutely, yeah. My hometown, Cape Coral, Florida, was built on swampland. In fact, we have we mentioned this last week, but we have the most canals of any city in the entire world, including Venice. They're all man-made canals, and basically, when
because of the swamp?
yes,
Yeah? Okay.
when land developers discovered this area of Cape Coral or area of Florida, it is and was never meant to be inhabited by humans. So they built on top of it and promised people from the northeast, New York, Massachusetts, etc., some of your favorite people in New Jersey. Promise them summer year round, and it's not as expensive as Boca Raton or Miami.
That was the pitch.
That was
it's
it.
not as expensive as Boca.
That's what they sold my grandparents on.
Oh, really?
And I was born in upstate New York, and then when I was about very, very little, maybe 2, maybe 3, who knows, I moved down there with them and my mom, and so that's so yes, very close to the Everglades, very close to the swamp, and in fact, there's a place that I grew up next to called Estero, and that's where people go missing.
Oh,
really? Bodies turn up there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
were these mobsters who wear cologne
exactly
dump their bodies?
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
interesting.
Or a skunk ape.
Or a skunk ape.
Yeah.
So the skunk ape is described as being 6 to 8 feet tall.
Okay.
Covered in shaggy reddish brown or black hair, glowing red eyes, I should say. Walks upright and smells like if you shit in a trash can and lit it on fire, and then put that trash can in a dumpster and lit that on fire, and then pushed it into a bad comedy club and lit that on fire.
That just sounds and smells like a high school athlete.
Yeah.
Just somewhere between 6 and 8 feet. Who could measure? Stinks. Doesn't believe in hygiene. Maybe there's some Axe body spray that's kicking around their backpack or something like that. Yeah. Yikes.
So Native American tribes had stories of a giant, smelly wild man long before the Europeans showed up. Sightings picked up in the 1960s and 70s. When did your grandma move down there?
Son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
1960s and 70s. Wow.
That's when the sightings picked up, weirdly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, 60s and 70s, let's focus on the summer of love there. There's a lot of drugs going around, seeing a lot of hair, right? People growing all their hair out everywhere. So, this might be a skunk ape, or it just might be, Todd, that forgot to shower.
Todd the hippie?
Todd the hippie.
Because
yeah.
it was the 60s and 70s. Todd the hippie.
Yeah, true. Could be. Oh, yeah. I wonder, I haven't seen an image of this cryptid yet, but you got to wonder the vibe.
Yeah.
The vibe, I think, is like hippie friendly, stinky. Yeah, sticky hippie friendly from Florida, around the swamplands. Yeah, I don't know.
You want to see a photo?
Yeah.
This is a famous photo
What?
of the Florida Skunk Ape.
Wow. This photo is insane. This is the type of photo that sneaks up on you.
Yeah, you definitely went, "Oh my God."
Whoa.
What were you expecting when you heard the name Florida Skunk Ape?
Florida Skunk Ape, I was expecting a really cute miniature Donkey Kong with a big fluffy skunk skunk tail,
Really? You're thinking
I was thinking skunk size Diddy Kong pounding his chest, but with a fun tail.
So this is not what you were expecting.
No, but I'm familiar with those plants right there.
What are those plants?
I've seen them. I don't know the name of them.
You're just familiar with them. You don't know what it's
so
called.
that's very much in the world of where I grew up. Yeah.
Wow. How about this photo? Whoa. That is another photo of supposed Florida skunk ape. The first photo that I showed you is called the what's it called? It's the there's a name for it. There's definitely a name for it. Okay. Oh, the Mayaka skunk ape photo.
Okay.
Do you know what Mayaka means? Is that a name?
It means family.
Okay, Vin Diesel.
Mayaka means family. No, Mayaka, I don't know. It sounds like
It means no worries to the rest of your days.
Yeah. Yeah. Mayaka Matata. It sounds like a dance that a New Zealand rugby team would do.
So there's this photo of the skunk ape as well, which for those listening on the podcast, it is. We should describe the first photo to the people who are listening on the podcast because not everybody's watching this on YouTube. So it looks like this is what it looks like to me. It looks like an old man with it almost looks like it's got a white beard. It looks like a giant monkey, almost what you would imagine Bigfoot to be, but except hunched over. with glowing eyes, and looks like an old man behind what looks like, I think those look like tequila plants, but I could be very wrong. What do they grow tequila
No, there's
from?
something else. Yeah, it's not agave. It's
Okay,
something
yeah,
else.
it's not agave. And this next photo looks like a dude in a costume walking past like some swampland in Florida.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like if John Lennon dressed in all brown and was looking at these trees,
Okay,
and you caught him from the back.
I can see that.
You know?
There's another photo.
Whoa! Okay, that's AI. Stop.
Is that AI? Yeah, it's got to be AI.
Oh my God! But that's the accurate description of what you.
That would be an accurate description. You know, reddish brown hair, glowing red eyes. Now that I look at it, is definitely probably an AI photo that I just grabbed.
But I would say this. Wow, he uses some great conditioner. Are you sure he smells bad? Because like I would expect much more matted hair.
Yeah, I mean,
Right? Like a dog that's never got. This is like skunk ape. Dog that's never gotten a trim or a haircut or any sort of like bath. Oof.
right.
Yeah.
One last photo I'm going to show you. This one, that definitely looks like that's a dude in a suit.
Yeah, that's
a
the
dude
Spirit Halloween version of
Yeah.
the skunk ape. And also, yeah, what's he thinking about right there? He's like, oh, nobody will buy my Christmas trees.
Oh yeah, are those pine trees?
Could be.
Do they have pine trees in Florida?
I don't think we have them for Christmas, but not in a lot of places.
All right. So the earliest mentions of the skunk ape date back to Seminole and Mukasuki.
Okay.
How do
Native American.
how do you pronounce that?
I
I made it sound like a Japanese word.
How would you pronounce it?
It's Miccosuke. So it's definitely a Native American word. Like I know Seminole
Yeah.
because I dated a girl that went to Florida State.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but she was from Jersey, so hold on. God, I'm sorry. I can't stop.
The Jersey people, they can't escape you. They can't escape your wrath.
Stop. I love you, New Jersey. I genuinely, I love Wawa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey. End of list. End of list. My goodness.
Okay, so Seminole and Muskogee forgive me for destroying this word. Miccosukee. I did make it sound very Japanese right there.
Oh yeah, I love their motorcycles.
It comes from, let's say, Native American lore, First Nations lore. It's 2025. Let's do this right. And then in the 1940s and 50s, farmers claimed to see a huge hairy figure stealing livestock. So just like the Jersey Devil from last week, it's farmers. I think this is just farmers trying to come up with an excuse for being shitty farmers.
Yeah, or farmers stealing from other farmers and like dressing up and like, hey, I have a couple pelts. I'm gonna disguise myself. Like, yeah, I'm trying to determine what the percentage of this could be real. Like, what are the odds that it's real?
Right.
And based on this story, it feels like farmers stealing from each other in pelts of, deceased animals or hunted down animals.
Did we just come up with a conspiracy theory?
I think so. I think we did.
So it's farmers. So let's say cryptids don't exist. It's just farmers being A, shitty farmers, or B, stealing livestock from other farmers. Because you always hear it's like chupacabra, they're goat suckers. Fun fact, there's a Vallarta near my old house in North Hollywood where I was known as the chupacabra.
Really?
Yeah, because every time I would go in there, I would order goat birria. That's the only thing I would order, and that's the only thing I would be like, goat birria, por favor. Ooh. And the one day I walked in, and the girl behind the counter, I asked her for the birria, and she turned around and she said in Spanish, the chupacabra's here. And I was like, why did you call me the chupacabra? And then she goes, oh shit, he speaks Spanish. I was like, just a little bit, just enough to know when I'm being talked about.
Wow, the chupacabra is here.
Because I love goat stew. I love goat stew. I love goat curry. Wow. I love goat korma. There's an Indian place over in Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
$13 all you can eat Indian buffet. On the weekends they have goat curry.
Oh my God.
It's
I
amazing.
didn't realize this about you. And you eat all that goat and you don't smell awful.
I don't smell awful, right?
Maybe that's the trick.
And I don't wash.
Ugh. Oh my God.
I don't use cologne.
Yeah, you're a cryptid yourself.
I eat
man.
goat curry all day.
Wow, so much Thom Tran lore.
$13 all-you-can-eat Indian buffet over at, it's on Topanga Canyon, just south of Sherman Way. I should know the name of the place, but I just know it's over there.
Just follow the smell of goat.
It's only on the weekends. They only have it on the weekends.
Yeah, I think cryptids, or at least this one, feels. I'm like at 30%. This is real. Because of the way that I trust farmers. I don't trust farmers.
You don't trust farmers.
No. Define cage-free then, farmers.
Yeah.
Define cage-free. I didn't think so.
Yeah, this is true. All right, so others say it was just a dude named Earl that got lost at a Jimmy Buffett concert in 1972.
Okay, so I was thinking Hippie Todd, but this is Earl. Yeah, okay, great.
Earl. In the 1970s, police reports claimed a giant smelly ape man. Florida police said it could be an ape, could be your uncle.
Could be an uncle, could be an ex-husband, yeah.
So there were reports by police. I believe there was a report back in the 80s. A woman actually called the police and said she saw the animal breaking into like her chicken coop or something. I could have made this. I think I heard that.
Yeah, but as much as this could be an animal, it could be a disguise too.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I mean...
Or, maybe these are like a replica... like, oh, this exists. I'm going to dress up like that and then blame it on that.
Okay.
All right. Thing.
Most commonly seen in South Florida and the Everglades, hunters, tourists, and even law enforcement have claimed sightings. The most famous Florida Skunk Ape photo, which is this photo that I showed you. A woman anonymously mailed... Again, this is that photo that looks like I thought it was agave, but it's not. It's just some plant in Peter's backyard in Florida.
It is.
A woman anonymously mailed this photo to the sheriff's office with a note, "This is in my backyard. Please send help."
A note. Call.
So if you got this photo in the mail and a woman was like, "This thing is in my backyard. Please send help," what would you think?
I wouldn't think. I would just be like, why didn't you call us? You should move. You should move.
But also look at this. It's like that thing definitely, it had a flash. That was a flash.
You know what? Yes, it had a flash for sure. But also, like, looking at this thing, you mentioned the gray beard earlier. You mentioned like the hunched over, posture. The arms don't look that big. He looks like
he's not doing buys and tries.
No, he's not doing buys and tries. He looks like an herbivore. He looks like he's not harming people or animals. Is he? He looks like he's like looking for some type of edible plant.
You think so?
He looks like an old like history teacher, that's like kind of hunched over, and it's very much like a vegetarian, like friendly. He looks like, who he looks like? Looks like our boy Harry from Harry and the Hendersons.
Who was a Bigfoot.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
it does very much look like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. Absolutely. All right.
Gosh, I'm less skeptical. I'm like, the likelihood of this being real is 25% for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because the photos are odd, and also like there's so many hippies in Florida with long hair. It's like, did this ever exist? Yeah,
that's true.
I think it's just like a new type of slur. You skunk ape. You know what I mean? Like, ugh, God, like a new type of like slur for like Floridians.
Is that what we're doing now? Is that what we're doing? This is coming from a Florida man.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Did you just okay a new slur for Floridians?
I did. Yeah. He's a real skunk ape.
Okay.
What's that mean? Like, he's a lot of hair, smells bad. Well, doesn't have to be gendered, but like they have a lot of hair, smell bad. That's, you're describing 85% of the Florida population.
What is considered like the least the least preferred place to live in Florida? Like, is it the Panhandle? Is it what place would you go? Oh, that person lives there.
I have an absolute disdain for Miami. Hate Miami.
Really?
Yeah, Miami isn't Florida. Miami is something else. Miami is what people who don't live in Los Angeles think Los Angeles is.
Okay.
And it's like way more plastic surgery and gross and expensive for no reason. There's nothing about Miami that I like at all.
Okay.
None of the sports teams, none of the people, barely Scarface. I could name 5 better Al Pacino movies right now. And yeah. Ugh.
Okay.
No thanks.
All right. So,
But Panhandle is fun. That's where you'll find some crazy Floridians and some fun times.
so would it be accurate to, like, if you wanted to disparage someone, be like from Miami, be like, ugh, this is such a skunk ape.
Skunk Ape or like Miami people? Yeah, because that would make sense because like the buttons are a little lower on a open shirt.
And there's nothing but hair on that
There's hair.
chest.
Yeah, it's like gross, gross hair. And they're sweaty and sweaty and gross and stinky.
All right, let's talk about some evidence, quote unquote evidence.
Yeah, what's the evidence?
Footprints. They seem to be big human-like footprints. They've been cast and plastered the way Bigfoot feet are often seen. Photos, the blurry cryptid kind, like that Mayaka photo that we showed you before.
Right.
That one. There seem to be lots of those, but it looks like, that could very well be a dude in a mask.
Sure, but do we know when that photo was taken specifically?
2000. It was taken in
The year
It
2000?
is in the year 2000.
Wow.
Yeah. So, 7 years before iPhones, digital cameras were, they were, let's see. No, they weren't that popular because I went to Iraq in 2003 with a digital camera that was like super expensive and it was a piece of trash.
Really?
Yeah. So digital cameras weren't that.
But were costumes. I mean, yeah. If someone from the Henson Company, ended up in Florida, I'm sure they could have brought their big snuffleupagus costume.
Yeah.
That could be true.
Who has a snuffleupagus costume?
Someone, Todd.
Todd. All right.
You'd be shocked at the type of things that wash up in Florida storage units.
I bet I
or
would
record
not.
stores.
I bet I would not be shocked.
I mean, something like a snuffleupagus costume, full on. In fact, I think that's how they found the. Oh my gosh! Like this, art installation. This art in Europe in 1987. There was in Germany, I think, there was a art theme park, and it only lasted for a month. And we're talking like Keith Haring, Basquiat, artists of that time. And then it went into storage, and then it was discovered by Drake, I think.
Drake?
Yeah.
As in the Kendrick beef Drake?
Kendrick and Drake, yeah. And
what the hell was Drake? What?
I don't know. He helped bring it back to life, but yes, it was in some storage unit for 30-something odd years. And so, in Florida, when I'm there, you find a lot of vintage clothing. You find a lot of old records that you thought didn't exist. You find a lot of stuff that was played on top 40 radio that's like a record, like a vinyl record that was just given to the radio station not for public use, but hey, this is just a single, and it's very rare, extremely rare. So, I think maybe this is a conspiracy theory as well, that this was a defunct Jim Henson character. And they're like, oh, well, what can we do with this? Oh, I don't know. Let's find something to do with it. Then it went missing, ended up in Florida.
Did you just make this up? Did you just make that up? Because
it's
brilliant.
Could be true. Could be true.
Brilliant.
I love the Jim Henson Company, the Jim Henson people. And he could, he's capable of making something scary. He did Labyrinth. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fun fact for people who don't know, the Henson Studios over in Hollywood is directly across the street from Girls, Girls, Girls of Motley Crue fame. That's
girls.
True story.
I moved there when I first came to LA.
To Girls, Girls, Girls?
Right behind it. On Detroit and Sunset.
What was that like?
We wouldn't hear a lot. It was crazy. I was 23, and we would throw parties, and we invited this band up called Early Dolphin.
Okay,
the
I
band
thought you were
was
going to
called
say we invited this band called Motley Crue.
Yeah. We invited this band from San Diego to come and hang and play music in our apartment. And it wasn't a big apartment. It was like a 1-bedroom with a loft, and there was 3 guys living there, 2 bathrooms. And this band called Early Dolphin had an organ player, and they brought an organ 4 flights of stairs up. And
An organ?
yeah, like
Like a church organ?
yeah, but like a mini organ, like not mini, but like it was pretty big. It was massive.
really?
It was like a tall piano, like if it, yeah, it was pretty nuts. But that's just the type of stuff you could get away with there because it was right in the middle of Hollywood.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
like all the noise was coming from girls, girls, girls.
Yeah, true. All right. Let's talk about some pop culture references. It's been, of course, been featured on Monster Quest, Finding Bigfoot, Unsolved Mysteries. There have been movies referencing it in a film called Letters from the Big Man. Ton of low-budget B movies. Like there was one called Skunk Ape Lives, Attack of the Swamp Ape. Cartoons showed up in The Simpsons. Futurama riffed on it. Florida metal bands reference him as a local legend. Do you know any Florida bands that referenced it?
That have referenced it? No. Do you know any off the top of your head or not really?
I didn't know Florida had bands.
Hey, please, we have Less Than Jake.
Florida Georgia Line.
Florida Georgia Line, yeah.
Is that
I mean, that's a real place. Is it a real band? Yeah, absolutely
Okay.
it is. Yeah, and come on, we got Pitbull, Jimmy Buffett. Come on.
Okay, all right. Shows up as an Easter egg in Red Dead Redemption 2 and Fallout.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
Have you watched the Fallout show on Amazon?
I like it.
Very good.
They do a good job.
Very good.
That's really fun. I like
Walton Goggins is the Walton Goggins of my Walton Goggins.
Yeah, he's the most Walton Goggins in that.
I love Walton Goggins.
He's
in everything.
Yeah, nothing. He doesn't miss.
The commercials he's doing for Walton Goggins goggle glasses.
Yeah,
I want goggle glasses by Walton Goggins. I have zero need for them.
No need for it.
No need for.
Yeah. I'll do anything Walton Goggins insists I do.
Absolutely,
including hunt for this skunk ape, or if he tells me to buy some goggles, I'll buy them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy some damn goggles. Also, yeah, this is a type. My skepticism is going up, and my likelihood that this is real is going down to like 20%, because you want it to be real in Florida, but sometimes, like in a lot of scary films, scary movies, or media, the scarier thing is the truer thing. And like the real people of Florida are terrifying, and the real creatures of Florida are terrifying. And I think this might be the lure continuing on this character, this cryptid, might just be someone trying too hard.
Okay, I can understand that.
That's where I'm at.
One last final fact about the Florida Skunk Ape is that there's a Florida Skunk Ape research center in, what is this? Okeechobee? Nope. That's too many syllables.
Okie?
Okeechobee?
Okeechobee?
Is that?
Okeechobee? It's got to be Native American. Yeah.
I was not making fun of Native American language. It looks Spanish, but also
you never know.
I was also thinking Chad Ochocinco. And peeing. That's what. Like, I don't know why my brain went there.
Yeah.
Ochope. Do you know where that is?
No, it sounds like it's somewhere in Central Florida or the Panhandle.
Okay.
Or a place where you see a lot of people look like skunk apes. Honestly.
Okay, that could be a thing too.
Hmm.
All right. Well, that's it for the Florida Skunk Ape.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that as a Florida man, you've never heard of that.
I want it to be real, but the truth is always scarier.
Right.
Like I've encountered alligators before.
Right.
And when you see an alligator, whew, it's like.
What was that encounter like?
It was scary. It was a 3-foot alligator, but let me tell you, when you see an alligator from up close, and it's staring at you, it might as well be the clock tower from Hook. It's like a massive alligator. It's crazy. It was during a couch party.
What is a couch party?
So in Florida we have couch parties where me and my friends, one of your friend who has a pickup truck, drive around and you look for abandoned furniture, particularly a couch. You see a couch on the side of the road. Hey, it's up for grabs. We're going to toss it in the truck bed, throw it in the truck bed. Then, hey, everybody, we're going to throw a couch party in the woods or wherever. Just drop the location. Then everybody goes out to the woods, maybe half-inch of water that you're in, but you drop the couch down. Then maybe a keg, maybe, 36-pack of beer. And that's that. And then, maybe you kind of drift away from the party with the girl that you're seeing, and, you start to have an intimate conversation that leads to kissing, and then one thing leads to another, and, you look over your shoulder, there's a big alligator. Which is what happened. And then my friend Shane wrestled this alligator.
Of course he did.
Because he was a amateur professional wrestler. And that's just, those are just the types of things that happen there. And so the truth is sometimes scarier than something that, is made up.
I'm going to institute something moving forward on this show. Skepticism meter. Your skepticism meter.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, as a Florida man, who has had couch parties, which sounds like a thing your parents did in the 70s. Where does, on the skepticism meter, do you put the Florida Skunk Ape?
From on a scale of 0, which would mean what?
0 would be absolutely does not exist. 10 being, oh yeah, my sister dated him.
100%. Yeah. Okay.
And that only applies to the Florida Skunk Ape.
Right. Exactly.
That 10. It'll be something different for everything else.
Does not exist. My skepticism meter is that.
Also, we're gonna need a better name for the skepticism meter.
Skepticism meter.
Let's think about it. We'll call it.
I like skepticism meter, but hey.
Okay.
First idea, best idea.
Right.
I think, but yeah, we can come up with something else. I think skepticism. I think it's like, you could want something to be real so bad that you're blinded by fact.
Blinded by the light.
Yeah.
Revved up like a deuce in the middle of the night.
Is it revved up like a deuce or wrapped up like a douche?
That is one of those things that everybody thinks. It's revved up like a deuce coupe, revved up like a deuce. That's the lyric. You know who actually sang that? Whose song that is actually? Right?
Bon Jovi.
Close. Bruce Springsteen.
Really?
That is a Springsteen song.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, damn.
And he did not like the Manfred Mann version.
Oh.
Springsteen's version is slower. It's very deliberate.
Whoa.
And the Manfred Mann version, I believe it's Manfred Mann, right? Let's look that up before people.
As you look that up, my skepticism meter, I want it to be true. We need a cool Florida mascot beyond what we have, because the University of Florida has the Gators. Native Americans, they shouldn't be mascots. But the Florida State Seminoles still exist. Animals have been done. We don't have many jaguars in Florida. Just the alliteration works with Jacksonville. 1 out of 10.
You're gonna go 1 out of 10.
Yeah, that's how skeptical I am.
Okay.
Because I want it to be true, but
right, like Jesus.
It's just
Like
exactly, yeah. The most famous cryptid of all.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, we will have to talk about it because there's evidence that Jesus was an actual man, like a man.
A man's man. I heard he was only 5'8".
Is
that true?
You say 5'8" like that's dirty. You say 5'8" like it's dirty.
Maybe shorter. Maybe it's 5'6".
All right, don't try to pasteurize me.
Yeah, no, you're unpasteurized.
I was right. It was Manfred Mann. Blinded by the Light, but it was their cover of the Springsteen song. And it's Blinded by the Light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. I know forever I thought it was wrapped up like a douche.
Yeah, even revved up like a deuce, it's like, oh, you got a burrito cooking in there.
Yeah, thank you to me. Yeah. Okay, so on the skepticism meter, you're going a 1 out of 10.
1, because I'm very skeptical of it, and sadly.
And you haven't seen any evidence, obviously, that could make you go, ah.
Ooh, I'll tell you what. The only evidence I have of the Florida Skunk Ape, now that you mention it, is the general smell of Florida. There are some smells that you don't understand as a kid, and then it's like, oh yeah, why did my uncle always smell like that? And then you smell weed as an adult, and you're like, that's what was happening. But there are some smells in Florida that cannot be defined.
Do you think they maybe made up the idea of the Florida skunk ape to how terrible Florida smells during the summer? No disrespect. No disrespect, Florida.
That's as likely as like this being a creature that Peter Griffin created under duress.
Okay.
You know, it's like, who ate all the cookies, Peter? He looks at a map, Florida, and then he looks outside the window, skunk, and then his son Chris is playing Donkey Kong, ape, Florida skunk ape. And, then it turns into like a big. Then he has to fight it with the big chicken. I don't know.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, that is the end of episode 2 of Cryptids and Comedians. We went to your home state of Florida, where you knew nothing about this supposed Florida skunk ape, this cryptid that is legend to your home state.
I know. My education failed me. I don't know what they were teaching me back then. Damn.
I mean, it's Florida, so
it is.
Again, no disrespect, Florida. No disrespect. All the disrespect.
I know. Hey, watch it. Watch it.
This is fun. Next week, I'm going to have another fun episode. Spooky season. I like that we're going to drop this during spooky season. And maybe we'll do a classical cryptid, like something more recognizable in honor of the Halloween season. Like maybe a Dracula.
Could be.
Or
isn't there? Aren't there like other like Draculas that like hop around?
Perhaps.
Oh.
Maybe they are of Asian descent.
Oh. Okay.
It's not for me. I'm not Chinese.
Not you.
This was fun. This is great. Another fun episode. I know you got to get going. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at Peter Murphy, the comedian. .com or Instagram Peter_Murphy.
Really? Did someone snag PeterMurphy.com?
I don't know. Yeah, a real estate agent for sure. If you have any name, a real estate agent already has that name and that domain.
Fun fact, I own ThomTran.com the way I spell it and the way normies spell it.
TOM.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Thom Tran.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you might get in some issues if
if a real estate agent wants to buy it for $5 million.
Sure, but you might have an issue if like the lead singer of Radiohead wants to get into like trains.
Tom York.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Tom's transatlantic trains.
That's
he's into that.
That's a stretch, my friend.
Yeah, but hey, anything can happen, especially in the cryptid world.
All right. Well, this has been fun. Another fun episode. Next week.
Where can people find you online, Tom?
I am at _Thom Tran, THOMTRAN. The show is at cryptidsandcomedians.com. My tour dates, of which there are a bunch. I got some shows coming up. ThomTran.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Tell your friends. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Tell people about it. If you like the show, help us get some listeners and our viewers. Subscribe. Tell your friends. And we will see you next time.